Dr. Ghatan, tell us a little bit about what a person or maybe a mom can do when there obviously was a small accident. Skin gets scratched off, kind of like the little kid goes down the concrete for a couple of feet, and bicycle accident, otherwise some type of cut falling off the tree. What's the first thing a mom, for that much, if it happens to oneself as an adult, we should take care of and do?
Well, the first thing is to clean the area. You can use some hydrogen peroxide to clean the area, to clean the blood, to get a better view of the damage, to see how deep it is or how wide it is, and to see if you need to go to a qualified physician to take care of it, to suture it, to stitch it. Sometimes it could be a very minor cut, but it could be on areas on the body where there is more chance of infection. So it may be worthwhile to consult with somebody who is, experienced in this area and can give you guidance in terms of what else to do.
Okay.
If there is bleeding,
cleaning it out as much as possible right away. So household what should they have at home to kind of take care of such little wounds? What should they have at home? What would be good to have at home in a medicine cabinet?
Well, it's a good idea. It's a good idea to have some hydrogen peroxide and have some topical antibiotics such as bacitracin or neosporin or Acrofor healing ointment. These are pretty good necessary things to have at home. If there is bleeding, one can apply pressure, continuous pressure. By that I mean just put the finger on with a piece of gauze, or if you don't have that, tissue or anything like that, but keep pressing it continuously. Don't go on and off. Don't go like this. Just keep pressing it continuously for 5 to 10 minutes. And that usually helps the bleeding to stop. If that doesn't happen, it's possible that you have a major blood vessels, a larger blood vessels cut, and that may need to be sutured by experienced person. So then that has to be checked out. If there is a loss of sensation, meaning that is a very common thing that could happen, but if there's a loss of movement, say if there's a cut in the finger and you're not able to bend the finger anymore, that has to be taken care of. There may be damage to the tendon that has to be taken care of. If there is lack of sensation distally, meaning if you've damaged the nerve, if it's sensory, it doesn't matter that much because it's going to go back. But if it's motor, which has to do with movements of a finger or a toe or etc., then that is something that has to be taken care of microscopically. The suture the tendon or whatever. If there is a large blood vessel, obviously there's going to be profuse bleeding, and you won't be able to stop it by just pressing at it all the time. Then that has to be taken care of,
Right.
To be
right. I've seen some people that taking something very cold like an ice and putting on a wound. Not necessarily a super big one. I haven't seen it, but on smaller ones. And apparently it helps. The ice somehow freezes up the bleeding. Do you think there's something to that?
Yeah, sure. That can help for minor bleeding. In fact, for example, when we give injections like the fillers for the cosmetic purpose to patients, we often tell them to apply ice packs in the areas that we applied, the fillers, because you're going blindly in there, and you're gonna inevitably you're gonna break some blood vessels. There's gonna be some bleeding. So by putting the ice pack on, you're gonna minimize the bleeding. Yes, for minor bleeding, it's okay to use it, but you have to be careful not to cause ice burn. You can't leave the ice on for too many minutes. On and off you can do that.
Yeah. You want to know what I do sometimes when I have a smaller, I cook a fair amount, and that I get older and don't do so much anymore. I seem to be also getting slappy, and every so often I actually do cut myself. You know what I do? You want to know?
Yeah, sure.
I put cayenne pepper on it.
Well, I've heard of all kinds of people put their toothpaste on the wounds also, or I've heard of this also, and that stops the bleeding. Yes.
Yeah, apparently the circulation of the cayenne pepper makes it so heavy that it heals. Again, thanks God I didn't have to use it yet for something really big. But
it doesn't hurt. Doesn't it hurt?
Yeah, it stings a little bit.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm a tough Austrian. I can handle it. All right, good. So basically, clean out the wound as much as you can. Have some what do you call that stuff you said?
Hydrogen peroxide.
Oh, yeah, that's one.
Hydrogen peroxide.
Yeah, have that there. Clean it out. Try to stop the bleeding by putting something cold on it, by pressing on the wound. If it doesn't stop bleeding relatively fast, if it's heavy, you injured something heavy, and get your butt to a qualified person who can sew it up a little bit, I guess.
Yes.
Okay. Well, all right. Thank you very much.